Happy December, Rutgers. I'm Corena Gonzalez.
And I'm Kim Peterman. We've got a great show lined up for you. It is Monday, December 4th, 2017.
Weather Watcher Manny Cruz will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day.
Olivia Cruser will paint the town Scarlet and take a tour of different cultures at RUPA's Global Sounds.
I'll talk with Ian Grubman about the university response to DACA.
We've got tons to get to. Let's wake up, Rutgers.
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this icy Monday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Monday morning this semester with all of the exciting news, events, and weather. And you definitely had an accurate adjective about this morning. It is very icy. The grass looked like it was frosted overnight.
I know, I really was not expecting that. And then when I saw my breath, it made me more scared. I was like, yep, winter is definitely coming.
Winter is not only coming, it is come. Yeah, no, it's definitely really cold out today.
I know, it makes me start to think, I'm like, okay, I have to mentally prepare myself. It's going to be snowing soon. I like snow. I like to see it. It's pretty, but then I have a feeling I'm going to get annoyed with it. But I can't wait, though.
Yeah, no, I definitely can't wait for some of that winter weather. Though, unfortunately, what comes with winter weather when you're in college are finals. Do you have any finals coming up?
Thank the Lord I don't. I'm so happy. As a journalism student, it's been kind of a trend lately that I don't really have finals, but we do have a lot of projects. So for me, excuse my voice, sorry, I'm kind of losing it, but we do have a lot of projects. Just recently, I just finished a project that was due Saturday. It was a prototype that I had to make. It was actually really fun. And I made an app that was basically all the social media handles together. It was just a way for students to, I guess, stay connected with their favorite celebrities.
That sounds really cool.
Do you have any finals?
I only have one final. The rest are just papers. Like, I did the math, and over the next 2 weeks, I have to write more than 50 pages for all my classes combined.
Okay, well, okay. Now I can't feel, I guess, as bad because I have a 10 to 12 page paper. It doesn't sound as bad as yours.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all individual papers. It's just having all of them at once where it's just like, But yeah, when you did have finals, how did you prepare for them?
I guess I took finals very, very seriously because it was like a life or death situation for my grade. So I made sure that I like studying like a classroom setting. So like going to study until or something was best for me instead of going to like, of course I can't study in my room, I want to get sidetracked. And then studying in a library, I just feel like it's too quiet. I don't want to feel like I have to be quiet. And then studying with people that I know are actually going to study and not like distract me the entire time. And I always pulled all-nighters too. So I was very, very serious because I knew that one A could just bring my grade up tremendously.
Definitely makes sense. I know for me, I can't study in my room or like the library either. I would normally prefer to do dining halls or like student centers, places where there are people. Like I also need TV to focus. So I guess it's just something about human voices I need in my ears. Otherwise I can't focus on things. But yeah, I know like with finals coming up, a lot of people worry about like planning and getting places and what days they have to be here. So just since the weather's been dropping so much, Manny, can you tell us how if we're going to be getting any snow in the near future?
Well, I'm afraid to say it, but there is a chance of snow twice this week. I'll talk about that more in my forecast, which is coming up soon.
Thank you, Manny. That's definitely something to look out for, just in case that classes or any of your classes get canceled, or like you could potentially be delayed in getting here.
Even though it probably would have been better if it happened a little earlier in the semester, but of course that wouldn't have been possible. But I would still appreciate the snow if it comes.
Yeah, it would be nice to like stay in for a day, though. Even if you do come, that we don't get snow and the day doesn't get canceled. Coming to Rutgers, there's still a lot to learn, particularly about other cultures.
And we'll be seeing Olivia Cruser in the next Paint the Town Scarlet that we'll be watching later. Can't wait.
Definitely, but before we can get to all that, let's see how much you know.
What does DACA stand for? We will find out the answer right after this break.
As a commuter, it's hard to make connections outside of class.
Tell me about it.
Did you know that there's a place for commuters to meet up between classes?
No, I didn't.
That's right. The Rutgers Commuter Student Organization's primary goal is to serve commuter needs and interests while building a bigger commuter community on campus. Located in the Bush Student Center, the RCSA Commuter Lounge has many appliances that help make commuter lives easier, such as a microwave, a refrigerator, computers, and even a TV. The RCSA also holds events. It's the perfect place to relax, do homework, and make some friends. Don't have classes on Bush? Don't worry, there is a new commuter lounge in the Douglas Student Center as well. The commuter lounges are open every Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays. For more information, visit rcsa.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, what does DACA stand for? Now it's time to find out the answer.
DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. We're going to learn more about this later in the show. And it's definitely a very important issue to be talking about nowadays, considering all the uncertainty around it.
Exactly, and there's a lot of students that we probably just don't even know of in our school alone that already has to deal with this. I definitely think it's a very important topic that we should be discussing.
Definitely. And another important topic that we should be discussing is the weather. Let's head over to our weather watcher, Manny Cruz, to see what's happening there.
Hi Rutgers, it's Manny Cruz, and I'm excited as a weatherman to see what's going to go on this week. Let's take a look at the weather headlines for the next 5 days. Expect a cooler week, expect rain Tuesday, snowstorm Friday. I don't know, I'll talk about that more in just a bit. Let's take a look at the morning low. We had a morning low of 27, so it was cold. We did see some frost on the grass, just like Kim and Corena mentioned. And let's take a look at today's high temperature. We have a high temperature of 49 degrees, so it's going to be cold. Let's take a look at the day planner. Expect a high of 50 degrees around 2 p.m. and then it's going to go down to the mid 40s throughout the night. And let's take a look at tonight's low temperature. We have a low temperature of 42 degrees, and rain will move in overnight. And winds will be blowing at 1 mile per hour. Let's take a look at tomorrow's high temperature though. It's going to be 62. It's going to be 62 degrees. Expect some rain, and the backside of that rain, expect to see some snow. There is a chance of snow. I know right now you're saying, how is that possible? It's going to be 62. Well, throughout the day, it's going to drop to about 35 around the nighttime, and that's where we might see some snowflakes flying around. And then I'll talk more about the snowstorm chance on Friday, as well as the rest of the 5-day forecast in the second part of my forecast. But for now, back to you, Kim and Corena.
Thank you, Manny. The weather outside sure seems to be getting frightful.
I like that little joke you just did. But yeah, just seeing that it's possibly going to snow. Oh my gosh, it's getting real, and I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's the first time in a while that I can remember actually potentially having a real winter.
I know, I really hope it actually, you kind of wish that it would kind of snow on Christmas Day. I don't know why I feel like now the winter is sort of different as you get older than how it was as a kid. Like when you would wake up, you would see a lot of snow, just randomly. But now I just feel like it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it's just climate change or something like that, where it's been a lot warmer progressively over past winters, so it's really nice to actually have a winter that feels like winter, at least for the moment.
All right, guys, we appreciate you for hearing. Thank you, Manny, for that as well. We'll be right back right after this break.
The Rutgers bus system provides more than 15 options to get around the 5 campuses. Sounds overwhelming? But here's a quick recap of the bus routes and available resources to make traveling easier. On weekdays, the A and H buses make stops along College Ave and Bush. The B loops between Livingston and Bush, as the LX makes stops on Livingston and College Ave. The F takes an express route by traveling Route 18 from College Ave to Cook and Douglas. The Rex L goes between Douglas and Livingston, with the Rex B looping between Douglas and Bush. There are also weekend buses, which make stops on every campus. Each bus stop displays the routes of the specific bus stopping there and the expected arrival times. To learn more about the Rutgers bus system and additional bus services, download the Rutgers app, visit nextbus.com or rudots.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Thank you for staying with us. And what better way to learn more about Rutgers than to get tuned with news and events?
Rutgers is honored this year to have a faculty member nominated for 2 Grammys. Distinguished jazz artist Fred Hirsch has been nominated for Best Jazz Instrumental Album and Best Improvised Jazz Solo. This news was not overly shocking to Hirsch, as he has been nominated for the award multiple times throughout the years. In 2008, Hirsch suffered from a bad case of pneumonia that put him into a 7-week medically induced coma. Since he has recovered, Hirsch believes that his music has evolved and his career has truly blossomed. The Grammy Awards will take place on January 28, 2018 at Madison Square Garden and can be viewed on CBS at 7:30 p.m. Make sure to tune in and support this accomplished member of our Rutgers community. So that's really cool.
I know I love watching the Grammys, and just so to know that one of our fellow Rutgers staff or alumni, that he's going to be there and he's probably going to win a Grammy, 2 Grammys at that, is very exciting. And maybe he'll give me a ticket, maybe.
One can only hope. Yeah, no, it's definitely cool to have an investment with someone you know from Rutgers. And Rutgers really does have just so many accomplished professors and staff that it's really cool to see one get an award that is so well known.
And hopefully he'll put up a fight and be able to win that Grammy. I believe in him. And speaking of putting up a fight, it may be possible to fight back at the chance of contracting AIDS, according to new research. An antiretroviral medication called Truvada is a pre-exposure prophylaxis, also known as PrEP, that can be taken daily as a way of preventing the spread of this disease. Rutgers School of Public Health and School of Nursing will be holding a World AIDS Day seminar that tackled the importance of PrEP. The seminar will feature health experts, researchers, PrEP users, and community organizers. Conference organizers Perry N. Halkitis and Suzanne Willard stressed the importance of PrEP for those that may be at risk of HIV and how Truvada needs to be more accessible to those at risk. The goal of the conference is to have a clear discussion on the accessibility of PrEP and how this can be improved. Halkitis and Willard urged the sexual health is very important and all possible measures should be taken to keep you and your partner healthy. If taken correctly, PrEP could help and end the spread of HIV. I think that's actually truly amazing that there's something. It constantly amazes me that I'm finding out every week. Our researchers here at Rutgers are finding out new things to help us with our health daily. Like, that's amazing. HIV and AIDS is a very scary thing to have, and so to see that could probably be decreased is truly an inspiration.
Definitely. HIV and AIDS is a very important issue, and it's a very important disease to treat, and at least having a way to stop it from spreading is a very big step in the right direction. However, if that scares you and you find yourself needing some comfort food instead, you're in luck, because RUPA will be holding cider and donuts tents to help solve your cravings during the end of the semester. These purple tents will offer free donuts and cider from December 6th to December 12th. They will range from various bus stops all across all campus during the hours of 12 to 3 p.m. or until supplies run out. Make sure to stop by and treat yourself at this fall semester as the fall semester comes to a close. For more information, go to www.facebook.com/RUPA-presents. So that sounds delicious.
I know, I love donuts and I love apple cider, especially when it's hot. And so, especially just like how Manny said, it's supposed to be snowing. Why not?
Yeah, no, and particularly if it's warm apple cider, that would be perfect. Like in a nice morning chill, like a good way to take the bite off the cold.
And it makes you feel comfortable. You're just comfortable eating a donut. A donut makes everybody just feel better. And speaking of being able to feel better, the Center for Latino Arts and Culture will be holding their Let's Talk event, which offers free and confidential drop-in consultations for students in need. These consultations are held with professional counselors from Rutgers Counseling, ADAP, and Psychiatric Services. These sessions will last from 15 to 20 minutes and will provide an immediate problem solving as well as other available resources. Drop by the Center for Latino Arts and Culture either tomorrow, December 5th, or next Tuesday, December 12th, to receive a consultation. The sessions begin at 2 p.m. with the stress that at the end of the semester can bring, it could be so helpful to be able to talk to someone. For more information, go to www.facebook.com/ruclac. I think it's amazing that we have a lot of different resources for students to be able to talk to someone when you feel like you probably have no one else to go to.
Definitely, and particularly during final seasons when people tend to start feeling overwhelmed, and that just brings up so many issues if you have them. Having someone to talk to who maybe doesn't have as many similar problems of their own, like your friends might, can be a very nice, like, just release valve for everything.
Exactly, because sometimes you probably want to go to your friends all the time, and it's like, they're probably already in the midst of your own stuff. So it's like you need that outside resource to be able to hear you and not have a bias towards it.
Definitely. And if you have any stress in general, another great way to deal with it is to go to outside events, just like one of our people here at RUTV did when she went to RUPA's Global Sounds. Here's Olivia Cruser with Paint the Town Scarlet.
Rutgers, I'm Olivia Cruser, and today we're at the NJC Lounge for RUPA's first Global Sounds. This Bollywood-themed coffee house will serve up some fun and great music. Let's go check it out.
I'm on a team called SAPA, which is South Asian Performing Arts Team, and we're a fusion team. We do all types of Indian dance and we do hip hop, and we just thought this would be a great event to show off our team and our culture.
I think our culture is very musically involved and just culturally, like, we're super involved in singing and dancing, and you know, Bollywood is big on singing and dancing in movies and everything, and this is such a great thing that we get to be a part of at Rutgers with dance and competitive dancing by being on a team. So it's great exposure for us and for other students too.
Music and culture is kind of who I am. Our culture is very musically involved, and when I was a little girl I used to dance at all our family parties, so it's kind of like something I've done growing up.
Music means the world to me. I was raised in a house with, you know, music was always playing. I think music is what brings different cultures together.
So what made you come out to this event?
So I'm a grad student and my major is social work, and so culture is a huge part of like when we work with clients. So seeing this, since this is the Bollywood edition, I think that would be great to like work with clients and get to know a little bit about their culture.
I am from Pakistan, so we are having the same languages, so I can understand it. So I thought I should come here, yeah, and secondly for the enjoyment.
Unlike our traditional live vibes, it's really cool because it's a cultural one, and I think it speaks to the diversity of the Rutgers campus.
So what are you most excited about?
Definitely the music. I haven't heard a lot of Indian music, so we'll see what happens.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you enjoyed indulging in Indian culture as much as I did. Until next time, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm Olivia Cruser, RUTV.
Thank you, Olivia. That looked like a lot of fun.
I know. Just speaking of like a lot of different cultures and celebrating, because our school's so diverse, you can't help but to want to just acknowledge all of it and just embrace it.
Definitely, and Bollywood has always been something that's looks really cool that I've wanted to get into. Like, I've always been into musicals, so knowing that there are events here where you can just introduce yourself with people who are very passionate about it and who know about it, know everything about it to begin with, is a really cool thing to know.
Exactly, and you just learn so much more about that specific culture that you probably haven't known before. And speaking of being able to learn more information, I'll be having an interview with Ian Grubman right after this break.
Transform free time this winter into degree credits. In just a few weeks, you can advance towards your goals in the intensive, fast-paced winter session. Choose from over 150 courses in a wide range of fields. This winter session will be featuring the course Dracula, Facts and Fiction. No, not that Dracula. Students will learn the actual history of Dracula in the online course. There's also a winter session Snapchat challenge where students can earn a chance to win free RU swag. And students who participate in all 3 challenges will be entered to win free tuition for a winter course. There are in-person, online, and hybrid courses available. Registration is currently open until December 4th without a late fee, so make sure you register today.
Do you like kicking back in your free time? Sometimes the dorms can get stuffy and boring, so head on over to the Rutgers Zone. Need somewhere to watch sports? Need to satisfy that ice cream craving? Or are you tired of your old video games? Rutgers Zone is where you need to visit. Enjoy some games, food, TV, karaoke, and so much more. And don't forget to ask for those ice cream toppings. With all of the cool things at the Rutgers Zone, why would you even leave? If you are on Livingston campus, make sure you swing by the Rutgers Zone, just a bus stop away. For more information, please visit zone.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Today we have a very important interview. I'm here with Ian Grubman from Rutgers Federal Relations, who is here to stop by to tell us how the university is responding to the uncertainty of DACA and under the Trump administration. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming on our show.
Great, thanks for having me, Corena. The train got me up here, no problem, so excited for the interview.
I'm happy for that, thank you. And so, just to start off, what does the Rutgers Federal Relations do, and where is it that you work out of?
So the Office of Federal Relations represents Rutgers' federal policy and funding interests in the nation's capital. We are a 3-person team based in Washington. Our office is on Capitol Hill, and we advocate for robust federal investment in student aid and university-based scientific research programs.
Okay, well, that's good. And so what are some of your main priorities right now?
So we are always focused on student aid and federal research. Rutgers receives more than $400 million in federal student aid. So we're always going to advocate for strong investments in Pell Grants, federal work study, and other student aid programs. Rutgers also receives more than $300 million in federal research funding. So agencies like the National Institutes of Health, National Science Foundation, and some others are very important to the university.
Wow, that's a lot. And $400 million for federal aid, that's really nice.
Yes, so 17,000 students at Rutgers, including more than 10,500 in New Brunswick, receive Pell Grants. So it is critical for us.
Well, we greatly appreciate every single dime you guys can get us.
It's our job and our pleasure.
And so what are some of the most recent things that you've been lobbying?
Well, you know, this year has been, it has been testing. With a new administration comes new challenges. Right now, we are focused heavily on the tax proposals going through Congress because they will have a big impact on the university and its students. We've lobbied against the elimination of arts and humanities funding, as well as impediments to scientific research. And we've worked extensively on the Trump administration's policies on immigration, especially DACA, which you know what it stands for, as I saw in the earlier part of the show.
Thank you for paying attention to that, actually. And so what are some of the efforts with relations team that you've been taking in regards to DACA and the Dreamers?
So advocacy for Dreamers and for a permanent DACA fix has been a university-wide effort led by Rutgers President Barchi. His call to action earlier this year and then again in September resulted in more than 33,000 letters supporting legislation to permanently fix DACA going to Capitol Hill. Most recently, our office brought down a group of Dreamers from Rutgers to Washington. They're part of the Rutgers Future Scholars Program, and they met with members of Congress and their staff and delivered compelling personal stories on why a DACA fix is so sorely needed. Our office has worked collaboratively with other universities and higher education associations to keep pressure on Congress to make sure they act this year. And I should also mention that Rutgers President Barchi has joined the DREAM Coalition, a national bipartisan group of governors, mayors, educators, civics leaders, national security, and defense officials to amplify our advocacy for Dreamers and pair that with national leaders in those fields.
Just hearing about that, it makes me very appreciative as a student, just to know that my own school, as well as our very own president, you guys are taking the initiative, you're not taking no as an answer, and you're making the initiative to make sure that this gets worked out for all the Dreamers.
Across the 3 campuses, Rutgers has approximately 500 Dreamers. We protect all our students, so this is a matter of fairness, decency, and protecting our own.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that. And so where can students go for more information on this?
To learn more about the office, please check out our website, federalrelations.rutgers.edu. There you can find contact information for all 3 of us in the office, as well as links to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds. And students who are more interested in other advocacy opportunities, as well as our internship program, can find information there.
Oh, You guys heard that from him. You can definitely stop by and make sure that you stay in tune, get some more information, check out the internship. But thank you for stopping by with us. I greatly appreciate for you informing us on this. Don't go anywhere, Rutgers. We'll be right back right after this break.
Transform free time this winter into degree credits. In just a few weeks, you can advance toward your goals in the intensive, fast-paced winter session. Choose from over 150 courses in a wide range of fields. This winter session will be featuring the course Dracula, Facts and Fiction. No, not that Dracula. Students will learn the actual history of Dracula in the online course. There's also a winter session Snapchat challenge where students can earn a chance to win free RU swag. And students who participate in all 3 challenges will be entered to win free tuition for a winter course. There are in-person, online, and hybrid courses available. Registration is currently open until December 4th without a late fee, so make sure you register today.
Do you like kicking back in your free time? Sometimes the dorms can get stuffy and boring, so head on over to the Rutgers Zone. Need somewhere to watch sports? Need to satisfy that ice cream craving? Or are you tired of your old video games? Rutgers Zone is where you need to visit. Enjoy some games, food, TV, karaoke, and so much more. And don't forget to ask for those ice cream toppings. With all of the cool things at the Rutgers Zone, why would you even leave? If you are on Livingston campus, make sure you swing by the Rutgers Zone, just a bus stop away. For more information, please visit zone.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. We just had a great interview with Ian Grubman from DACA.
I know. I learned a lot of information about that. And just knowing that we received $400 million almost in just federal aid, and that they're taking, I didn't even know that they were actually sending students over to Capitol Hill to be able to tell their stories and be able to get Congress to realize that, like, we need to get this figured out.
Yeah, no, I was doing the math after you said that number, that 500 students. If you go with Rutgers' 40,000 people, that means that they're putting in a lot of work just to help 1% of the students, which is really comforting to know as a Rutgers student how much work that Rutgers will do to advocate for you.
Exactly, and that's why I was very happy when speaking to him. It made me feel it gave me the slightest bit more confidence about the situation and that I was going to be able to get it fixed.
Definitely. And speaking of things that might be comforting to know, let's hear about our 5-day weather forecast from our weather watcher, Manny Cruz.
Yes, like I mentioned before, expect some snow possibly tomorrow, right after it rains, as temperatures are going to start to drop. Wednesday is going to be 45, on Thursday is going to be 43, so it's going to be a cold week. And then Friday, that's the big if. Why? Because there's a 50% chance of a snowstorm, but there's also a 50% chance where it might be sunny and 41 degrees. I hope it doesn't snow. I had an expensive date planned, so sorry, Sarah, if I have to cancel. But make sure to watch Rohan's forecast on Thursday because it's going to be crucial for Friday if it's going to snow. And also watch Rohan's forecast because next week temperatures are going to drop and there's also some chance of snow for next week as well. But for now, I'll see you next Monday. So back to you, Kim and Corena.
Thank you, Manny, for that.
I really hope that the weather does not ruin your love life this week.
I know, poor Sarah. Oh my God, that was so cute. But yeah, snow this Friday. Okay, well, I was expecting snow next week, but snow this Friday.
Yeah,
what?
I know.
Okay, maybe give me more of a reason just to stay inside, get all my work done.
Exactly.
Not going out.
Yeah, that was plenty of incentive, just the weather forcing you to be locked in a room to do your work.
And then, but that poor Manny, he won't be able to go on his date. Well, maybe they can just like watch movies. They go to the movies or something.
Yeah, no, Netflix and chill is a great date.
Well, Rutgers, that'll do it for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on Facebook by searching RU Network or follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love hearing from you.
Thanks again for tuning in and Ian for joining us. I'm Kim Peterman.
And I'm Corena Gonzalez. Have a great day, Rutgers, and we'll see you on Thursday.